Islamophobia is on the rise, with Muslims being portrayed in a negative light in the media, I feel that I'm not confident with openly identifying myself as a practicing Muslim when I'm in a non-Muslim environment, for example at school, at university or in the workplace. I do love my religion, but I somehow feel this internal fear of being a Muslim, and I really feel guilty for having such feelings. What's your advice for me?
Bismillah, alhamdulillah, wa salatu wa salam ala rasulillah wa ba'd. You know, this is a question that I think every Muslim living in the West has had at one point in their life. Even the most outspoken of us, someone like myself who's in the public eye quite often, you know, get that feeling when I'm surrounded by non-Muslims, when I'm traveling or I'm on a train or a plane or in an airport or something like that, and I know I'm the only Muslim around. You know, identifying myself as a Muslim now almost is going to create, you know, maybe a fear of me, maybe even a target if I'm getting on a plane. You know, this is the only Muslim getting on the plane. Let's watch this guy. Let's check him out. You know, so I always sometimes have that little wrestle with myself to openly identify myself as a Muslim, maybe pray in front of them or even open a da'wah dialogue with them. And then I always remind myself that I'm a Muslim. And that's a gift that was given to me by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Even if you were born Muslim, it's still a gift that was given to you by Allah. If you were born and raised into a Muslim family, that was not of your own doing. You didn't choose that or decide that. Allah wrote that for you in a book that is only with Him. 50,000 years before creation, He wrote down that you would be a Muslim. And that's a beautiful gift. And people's hearts, we have to understand one thing. The Prophet ﷺ, he said that the heart of every human being is between the two fingers of Allah. And Allah can flip that heart in whichever way He wishes. This is why the Prophet ﷺ used to always make the dua, Ya muqallib al-qulub thabit qalbi ala dinik. O you who controls the heart, steady my heart upon your religion. So if you find that little bit of fear and anxiety about openly, you know, displaying your Islam in a non-Muslim setting, just remind yourself that you were created with a gift of being a Muslim, and that the hearts of even the people whom you are afraid to show your Islam to is controlled by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And you can find a very healthy balance of being a Muslim, but yet still being able to interact with non-Muslims. This is a huge problem that I find with our, especially youth today, is that they either have this extreme side to where their Islam is so brash that they're not even able to bring themselves around non-Muslims because they create this animosity and they see non-Muslims as dirty and ignorant, so we're not even going to go around them, we're going to separate ourselves. And this is a wrong idea. Or we find the other side, the left, extremely liberal Muslims who believe that if we blend in and become just like them, maybe they'll like us more. You know, and then they lose their entire Islam identity because of it. And neither one of these, to the left nor to the right, in either extreme, is beneficial. It's beneficial to find that common ground, to understand that yes, I'm a Muslim. Yes, I have a way of life that is different to most of the West's morals and ideas and things of that nature. But there is common ground. There is common ground where we can find that we both still live on this planet. We're both still living in this city. We're both still living in this country, in this world. So we have to be able to find common ground. The Prophet ﷺ showed the best example of this, is that he used to mix with the people. He used to mix with the people, even in Mecca. Even in Mecca, when Mecca was inhabited by people who worshipped many other deities, he would still go and be with the people and mix with them and spend time with them. Because how are you going to help the message of Islam if you hide it and keep to yourself and don't tell anyone? So just realize that Allah has given you a gift. He's given you a gift of Islam. And also realize that everything that happens to you is in the hands of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and it is part of His decree. So practicing your Islam openly, even in the university setting, in the Western setting, you will actually come to find, if you do it enough, won't bring as many negative responses as you think it may. You will find actually that when you are a real person and you don't act like you are, someone who is high and mighty above everyone else with this great amount of arrogance that these people are so dirty I can't even, associate with them. You will find that people in general are more open to you than you will think. You will find, your extreme circumstances everywhere, people who have hatred towards Islam and things of that nature, but that will be the exception to the rule. Trust me, I've been doing this, traveling the world for over a decade now, and I've seen it from all walks of life and all countries, that you will find people will be generally open to you. So realize that Islam is a gift to you. This is what I want to leave you with. Realize that Islam has been given as a gift to you, and at any moment that gift can be taken away from you, and that you are going to have to live in this world with people who are not like you, who don't agree with you, who don't have the same ideals or values with you. But you have to find that medium balance to where you both can live in this world towards a general goal and a general good for human beings, one way or the other. May Allah bless you all. Insha'Allah ta'ala. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi